Okay, so, sorry, I'm having a really, really high pain day, a really bad ADHD day, so I'm a bit scatterbrained and, like, all over the fucking place. I've been working, so I'm covered in, like, paint and glitter and mica powder. Now I'm gonna smoke a joint and try to answer some of the questions that I get the most from y'all. Let's start with watermarking. A lot of y'all are asking me, like, I get asked why I watermark, and I get asked how I watermark. The why is just as important as the how. I watermark everything that I put on the internet. Everything. It makes it harder for them to steal my content and repost it. Yes, there are ways to remove a watermark, but most scammers and catfish are really fucking lazy, and they would rather just go find people who don't have watermarks. I've even caught people, like, just recently, a couple of, like, in the last, like, 48 hours, it was brought to my attention that somebody in a Facebook group was using one of my, posts and, like, trying to pass it off as their own, and it still had my watermark on it, and I was just like, this is my post, what are you doing? It makes it really easy to call people out when they're trying to catfish as you, or when your content's been stolen. It also makes it easy for you to prove, like, hey, I do have the original file, unedited and watermarked, all of that shit, if you should ever get into an intellectual property dispute. So the how is an app that I use on my phone. I am currently using it on an Android and an iPhone, so I know it works on those two things in the United Kingdom. Again, any of the apps and things that I show you might vary a little bit when it comes to, like, the name of the app, because it will depend on your device and your location/region as to what is available in your app store. But if you search for the app that I'm using and it is not available in your app store, it will usually suggest the top 5 things that are in your app store that are like the app that I'm recommending, and at that point you just kind of have to read the reviews and, like, try a few yourself and see which one works for you. They all pretty much work the same way, though. So I will show you how mine works. So for starters, you go into your app store and you search for InShot. INSHOT, and it'll pop up InShot Editor Video or Video Editor. And this allows you to do video, photo, and collages. I find it super helpful and I use it for everything. So you just go into the photo and grab a random picture, and of course it already has a watermark on it. But I can show you, like, you type out your name. And then you can change the size, obviously. And then there's all these different fonts. This is just the free version, too. If you upgrade and pay for it, you get a lot more fonts and a lot more things you can do. But the free versions work really, really well for those of you that are just starting out, because it does give you access to a lot of different options without having to invest any money in it just yet. But yeah, you can change the color and, like, the text color, the border color, the shadow color, all of that stuff, and just kind of personalize it and make it your own, I guess. And then when you get into opacity, this is kind of how it becomes a watermark instead of just, like, a word stamped or a logo stamped across. You change the opacity down, lower, 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 and it makes it to where it doesn't cover up all of the photo. It makes it opaque. I usually put mine at about between 20 and 28%, depending on how dark the photo is. And then I will either use like white or gray coloring for my watermark. Again, depending on how light or dark the photo is. And this is just showing you the same thing, but picking out a random video. And it's just the same. You click on the text, you type out what you want to say, you click video end, take it all, and it puts that word all across the entire video from start to finish. Clip end is what it also showed you, and that'll do it if like you have 4 or 5 clips that you're pasting together to make one video and you only want words on a certain part. You can just do to end of clip, but I usually do video end. And then yeah, the different fonts. Different colors, different shadows, different borders. Same thing that you have in the video, in the image. And then you can do the save, and you can choose different ways to save. Close the ad as soon as it lets you. How long it takes to convert to 100% depends on the size of the video. And boom. So yeah, that's how I watermark all of my images and all of my videos, and it's ridiculously easy. I can do it straight from my fucking phone, so it's literally like take a picture in Snapchat, don't post it right away. I go straight into InShot, I edit it how I want it, I throw in my watermark, and then I post it. Same with TikTok. I don't post anything directly on TikTok. I film it through TikTok. I post it to my private, only you can see, like, locked file. Then I download it to my phone. I add my watermark. And then I upload it to TikTok for everyone else to see. Same with Instagram and Facebook. Like, I just don't... The only time you ever see me on the internet not watermarked is if I am live on a platform. Like, live on Facebook, live on TikTok. That kind of stuff. Other than that, it's gonna have a watermark, and it should. Protect your brand. Protect your brand. If y'all have any questions about watermarking, feel free to ask them on this post, and I will do my best to answer them.